Welcome to electrotoons CEWP, where electricity meets animation. Join me on a journey of learning and fun as I explore the world of electricals through cartoon animation. From circuit breakdowns to electrical safety tips, I'll be covering it all in a way that's both informative and entertaining. Whether you're an electrical enthusiast, a curious learner, or just a fan of animation, this channel is for you. So, subscribe now and let's get charged up about electricity. All video created by MVTWAEKCEWP.
Welcome to electrotoons CEWP, where electricity meets animation. Join me on a journey of learning and fun as I explore the world of electricals through cartoon animation. From circuit breakdowns to electrical safety tips, I'll be covering it all in a way that's both informative and entertaining. Whether you're an electrical enthusiast, a curious learner, or just a fan of animation, this channel is for you. So, subscribe now and let's get charged up about electricity.
Electrotoons. When there is light, there is hope. In this video, we'll be looking at how to wire one GAN two-way switch control from two different positions. We'll be looking at how to wire one GAN two-way switch control from two different positions. We are coming to look at how to draw the wiring diagram of one GAN two-way switch. This diagram is mostly used in large areas, like for instance this place. How large the place is? Large areas and also staircase. So now let's look at our materials that we're using for the wiring. First of all, you have to go for your life. My life. So I have to go for the supply. My line 1 and my neutral. So this is my main supply, line 1, and this is my neutral. This is my neutral and this is my line 1. And this is my earth. This is my earth. And then let me go for the switches. This is the lamp I'll be using. One bulb. This is my one GAN two-way switch 1. Another one GAN two-way switch 2. These are one GAN one-way switch. One GAN two-way switch. This is my one GAN one-way switch. One GAN two-way switch. One GAN two-way switch. One GAN two-way switch. This is 1. Another one GAN two-way switch. This is 2. Now that we are done with our materials, let me go over the materials again. This one here is one GAN two-way switch. This is 1. another one gun 2 is controlled from two different positions. And this is my supply line. This is my earth, my neutral, and this is my life. So now let's start with the wiring. So now we are starting with the wiring. Before we start with the wiring, you have to be very cautious of your color code. You have to make a very good use of your color coding. So now let's start. So now this is the main life. You tap the main life from here. You have to be very cautious of your color coding. You tap your main line from here to one of the one gun two-way switch. And then you tap another common. You tap the common from the next switch to the lamp. So now we are done with the supply cable. This is our common from the switch to the lamp. And then this is our supply, the line 1. From the main supply to the one switch. So we are done with our supply, our power. Let's continue with the wiring. So now we are going to wire we are not done with the switch yet, so we are going to wire the switch now. So the control, you have to type from line 1 to line 1. Then line 2 to line 2. Then line 2 to line 2. But in this video, for the sake of this is a wiring diagram, so the 2 is line 1 and the 4 is line 2. So now let's continue. Now we are done with the switch. Once we are done with the switch, we are going to the main lamp. You have to tap your neutral. You have to tap your neutral to the lamp so that the circuit can be completed. So let's continue. Neutral to the lamp holder. From the lamp holder to the neutral. Now the circuit is complete. Before that, you have to make sure that your color coding are right. After the wiring, the right color code will come. And one more thing, one IE regulation for the switch is that always, at any time, the live conductor must be always connected to the switch. The live conductor must be always connected to the switch and not the lamp holder. Okay. Now that I'm done with the wiring, let me call an inspector to come and inspect it and see how the wiring will go. Let's go. As you can see, once I'm done with my wiring, the appropriate color coding has shown. The neutral is blue and the live is brown. As you can see, I have provided an earth cable. I have provided an earth cable to the wire, and because this lamp doesn't have earth terminal, I've just leave the earth there. Let me on it and see. Let's see. If I on the switch, it's off. If I on it, it's on. Off it, it's on. Now that we are done with the street light and the photo cell, now let's connect the RCD. Let's connect the RCBO, the circuit breaker, the lamp. This is the arrangement. The RCD first. This is how the RCD looks like. If you look at here, you can see there's a two terminals here. If you turn it slowly, you can see there is another two terminals here, but they are not on the same line. This RCD is the old type. The new one will be at the top of the video, so that you can, if you are going to the market, you can go and get the new one. This is RCBO. This is how it is. It has two gear. This is one. This is how it is. So those of you have not seen this type of RCBO before, this is RCBO. You can see that there is two terminals at the right side, and there's another two terminals at the left side. So right now you have to check continuity and see which one is the live and which one is the neutral. So you have to use your multimeter. You have to put your multimeter on continuity, where the sign is. You take the RCB, you take the RCBO, you put it off, and then you check continuity from this terminal, from here to here. I want to see which one is the neutral. Check continuity to see which one is the neutral and which one is the line. When you check continuity, you have to put the RCD on. And now that the RCD is on, check from here to one terminal here. So this one here is the neutral. So this is in and this is out. So this is our neutral. You can see the neutral sign is there, but you have to check before you connect it. So let's check for the live too. So you can see this is our live. This is our live, and this is our neutral. After you are done checking the continuity, now you know where the live and the neutral is. Then let's start with the connection. This is just an example, so I'm just doing it for example. So this is the terminal of the RC. This is my main power supply. This is the neutral. This is the neutral. And this is the life. This is our neutral. And this is our life. So this is my main power supply. Now come here. I have to loop the power supply to the MCB. That I'll connect the main power for the RCBO. This is the neutral. You connect another one from the feed. This is incoming of the RCB. You connect it to the MCB breaker. Connect it to the MCB breaker. Put one life here. Connect one life here. One neutral here. Then you tight it. Then you tight it. You are just looping the power for them. You are just looping the power for them from the RCBO to the MCB breaker. This is for just practical sake. This is for just practical. That is why I'm using the same cable. But if you are going to work with it, at least you have to use like 16 mm or 10 mm. Now that I have looped the RCB power to the MCB, we have to connect the street lights supply cable to the MCB. This MCB is 10 amps SCB, 10 amp MCB, and it's type C, which is very good for the street light. So right now you have to loop this cable. I have to loop this cable from here. have to loop this cable from here to the small MCB. So I'll loop it from here. I'll loop the line cable from here, and I'll give it to the MCB here. I'll loop it and then I'll give it to the MCB here like this. This is for just for practical sake. Now that we are done with it, we have to now connect the main light of the street light to this MCB breaker here. This is the main light of the street light. Yo, Abenchi. This is the main light of the street light. This is just for example. Then you connect your neutral to here. Your street light neutral, you connect it. Because this is not a main panel, so there's no neutral bar. That is why I connect the neutral here. It's just an example. If you are using consumer unit, there will be neutral bar, so you connect your neutral on the neutral bar. Now I am done. This is the RCBO, the MCB main breaker, and then I'm of MCB. So now let me put it on and see whether the circuit will work or not. Let me go and connect the main power. Once again, welcome to electrotoons. Where there is light, there is hope. Now we are done with the circuit. Let's connect the main power and see whether the circuit will work or not. So right now, we are done with our installation of our photo cell. This is our RCBO breaker, MCB breaker, and MCB breaker for the street lights. So now let's on it and see whether it will work or not. I see that there's power in the RCBO. There's also power here. There's also power here, so let me on it. And there's power here. So now let's see whether the street light will on or not. Right now it's not dark, so the photo cell cannot be on. So let me on it manually. I'm using this shirt to on the photo cell. So this is the photo cell, and this is the street light, and this is the street light. So you can see the photo cell is on. If I remove the shirt, you can see it's off. If I cover it, it's on. To go off on its own. It's off. If I cover with the shirt, Thank you for watching. Once again, welcome to electrotoons. You haven't you? Over. Lo. Haven't you? Come on, set down my edits. Come on, here. In Bambi to buy. In front of me. Camera. In here, Bambi to buy. So now I'm done with the circuit. Let me on it and see whether it will work or not. This is the photo cell. There is no dark, so it will not come on. So I'm on it manually. I see the light is on, the street light is on. If I remove it, for a while it will go off. It will go off on its own. Watch the beautiful face. You see my face? Maybe this kind of. What you watch? I check me. Check me now.
I don't say you be bad person.
So the token or the code that was sent to the facility owner is what we see at the right hand side, the top right hand side of the certificate. This one. So the token or the code that was sent to the facility owner is what we see at the right hand side, the top right hand side of the certificate. This one. Yes. So if the facility owner calls me later that we can't find the text message, we lost their phone or whatever, just log back into your account and you can get the token and then send it to the facility owner. So this is how the PDF looks like, and it contains every data that is relevant to be on the certificate. So down here, the CWP who did the work, your name, your phone number, and then your license number is here. The inspector who did the work to the same info. Then here, we are informing any authority that is required by law to accept this document. And we are telling them that the document is digitally signed by the inspector and then the CWP. The way you do it now is you put your physical stamp on it. But now everything is digital, so very soon you may not have any need for your stamps again. You can print it because you have your name and everything. You can print it again. Some of these data that we are collecting. Hello. Some of these data that we are collecting. People who can have access to some of these data is fire service to make it available. One of the reasons why we are doing this too is that because with the manual way, when fire service gets to your facility, they don't know anything about the installation. So we make the system, the data that needs to be public available to them. In case of any emergency they are doing, they can get advanced on the installation, the electrical installation of the facility. Personally, I've done something small, which is going to be free. But I want to show it to you first. If you want it, then I'll convince my bosses so they will put it on the app. It is an estimator. All of you do estimates, right? Some of you may have your own invoice with your name and your details on it. Some of you, all you need is invoices to write an invoice with your name and your details on it. Some of you, all you need is invoices to write everything. But when we are done, the facilitator now will tell you that I'll call you later. A week after, he calls you and says, I can't find the list you gave me. So you have to write it again. Normally, if you can attest, most of the time, you even forget a lot of things. You either have to go back to the facility and then redo everything and then calculate everything again. And then typically you have to call the vendors, the electrical shops to get the prices again. So I thought it wise that maybe we can build an estimator in the app because it's going to be part of your daily work. If you have that estimator,
Maybe you will not add the prices, so you only label maybe they will not add the prices, so, but maybe the items that the person will buy, that is what. Can't you do it yourself? No, you can do it yourself, but what he's saying, maybe if you have got or the person have lost it, now that you are going to rewrite it again. But for here, it's already there. Then you understand.
Which is optional. The quantity is how many of that item are you
There's
buying?
no anything like
And
price.
how much does one
Then you
cost?
understand.
So you do it for all of the items you want to buy. And then you generate the invoice that you can send to the facilitator or the person you are doing the invoice for. So here, these are your details. And then the items you
Because
list.
you do know the reason why me, if it were to be me, I will accept it. You see, so, at the end of some customers are there, when they see that everything is coming straight from the Energy Commission, they will, whatever this thing estimate that you do for them, they will go according to it. But when you write it for them, they will not do anything about it. They will be like, they'll call you later, and later on they'll go and call different people.
Now, this is where majority of you have an issue with the workmanship. But if it's going to come, it's going to be free. It is not an official product. It is not something any commission is going to force you to use. If you think it's harmful to you, you can use it. And the workmanship, most of you have the opinion that energy commission for how much you charge. Digitalization of ICCs. There is some acronym in the brackets, which is ICCAP, ICAP. That's the name, ICAP. The ICC over there simply is
installation completion certificates. Your forms that you are using, that's form A, form B, form C, and then the basic questions. The full name is installation completion certificates. But we are booking it now and then we give it form A, form B, form C, and then the basic questions.
Scan it and everything is a soft copy. It will go to the executive secretary, we read it to my director will read it to my boss, my boss will read it to me, my boss will read it to my team. So it's like papers. And this is, we are extending it to our work as electricians. And that is why we have called you to introduce you to this whole concept of the digitalization. After that, the IT manager will take you through a live demonstration, how it will be. Okay? So on this note, I want to invite you. Yes, I want to invite Mr. Emmanuel Taihado, who will lead us through the presentation. Give me the hand.
I think you can also clap for my course. You are the back. There are a few seats within the front seat area. You can have it as well. Because please, those who have their bags and their phones and phones in the seats, you can really understand. I also want to know that we have a few of our friends here. What I mean is those who are not certified. I got to know that. Don't be surprised. You are most welcome. This is our home. And if you want to enjoy things like this, please, my boss have already opened his laptop. We are doing registration. We are doing everything. It's like the office have been put together. They can even register you. Coming November, you sit for the exam. And let me say this. Renewal, domestic, is one of the cities if you are doing renewal. Electricians, you have to renew your electricians, you have to renew like your license every 3 years. So domestic is 150 cities, commercial is 130 cities, industrial is 300 cities. Inspectors have to renew their license every year, which is 300. Either PI or WI, 300 cities. Now, to my humble brothers, domestic registration fee is 585 cities. Commercial is 800. The experts are here. Let me tell you, we have professors and doctors who are also defenders among us. You are seeing them, they are highly rated. They are highly rated. So, basically, these are the two differences.
What are the limitations? And then the scope of work.
Okay. Once again, you want me to go into details, but we have a lot of things. People come along, I'll talk about. But let's go to what we are here today. And I thank my boss for the first presentation. I'll be doing the second presentation, and the IT personnel will come and do the live demonstration of what I'm doing. I think since 2011, LI 2008 have been passed, that's the electrical wiring regulation, and it became effective in 2012 and 2013. Commission started to certify electricians. Up to date, we are having almost 16,000 certified professionals across the nation. Almost 16,000, both from electricians to inspectors. And one of the mandates for commission is to also do compliance monitoring. As we do come to your district areas to do inspection and testing. So, how do we get to know facilities that you have acquired and inspectors have inspected? Which there is a certificate line at ECD. That's what we use to trace the facility owners. But these documents or these papers, or the Form A, Form B, and then the basic test sheet that we give you, it has been 11 years now. People come to office, we ask them, you ask so many questions concerning the form that they fill. At times you don't see the values because of the duplicates. Those who are coming to the office will testify. Sometimes you see that your document is crumpled. Some turn off. Others will tell you, oh, their papers got missing. Flat have taken it away. They are in the car going and then they forget to pick their bag and then the car will take their bag away. Both their stamps and then their ID cards. So the phones also have to go digital. That's why, and that's the reason we are here today. So, I've already talked on the practitioner side. That's the left, my left or your left, the first box I've talked about it. But with ECG, I think I've also talked about it. So, we'll go for it. In this presentation, or these challenges, there are two major things that we identify. Form A, Form B, Form C, and then the basic test sheets. It will be the solution, at least. It will be the solution, which will bring the problem to the minimum, at least. If zero to better. So that's the solution to it. And when you look at the digitalization of ICCs, there is some acronym in the brackets, which is ICCAP, ICAP. That's the name, ICAP. The ICC over there simply is installation completion certificates. Your forms that you are using, that's Form A, Form B, Form C, and then the basic test sheets. The full name is installation completion certificates. But we are booking it now and then we give it for you, for you, for C, and then we give it. So basically we are going back to our old name, which is the ICC. Then the APP is the app. So this is the name of the app that you will be using. The digital app that you will be using. Let's switch. Let's switch. Let's switch. Booklets in your bag and then be walking around with it everything. No. This one, the electrician, you have to initiate the move. You have to start first. If it means that the inspector will never get information. So, once again, the facility owner will engage you, you do all the things, and then you go to the app, you fill all the data. From A, from B, you put all in it. Then there is a portion for an inspector. This time is the inspector pay. The inspector pay number. Not his phone number, his pay number. Because some of the inspectors have, I don't know whether, have counterfeit themselves. Other people are using, it's true. We have intruders. Other people are using other people's what we call numbers, and they have managed to get their stamp to be used. Yes, and it's better have been sanctioned. but he's using other people on that. Because others, not at all, but they are using other people's bottle. So some of these things, unless the other thing follows, I will not about it. So before you input the number of a certified inspector, you need to call that inspector and say, I have a job for you. So I want to move you on if you are available. If you say yes, you just then you put his PIN number. If you say no, you have option to give. Now, this is where the app will be useful to you. That's the certified electricity gauge app. Because virtually every certified person is on that app.
This now bans the importation of substandard materials. It bans even the storage of substandard materials. It bans the selling of substandard materials. So right now, Energy Commission stop the importation. And even if you find way to bring it, you can come to your shop at home. But it did not talk about don't import. It did not talk about don't sell. So because of that, and the law, if they didn't mention it, you cannot enforce it. So we could not stop the importation. We could not stop the sale. So the sale. So right now there's a new law which have been enforced, which we have started on this sensitization. It's called the Electrical Wire Cables and Electrical Wire Accessories Regulation 2023. It's just last year that it was passed. LI 2478. And do the work as professionals, understand the work, and not even a lawyer can challenge you, because in law, that is his area. But when it comes to electricity, a new installation, no. For a new installation, and we have started enforcing this since 2013. It is not today, it is not last year, it is not last 2 years. So, if you don't give somebody in time, if the person goes to court, it will not fly. It will not even fly. Because we have, unless the person has any evidence to prove that the building was built in 2011. The building was built in 2011 and connection was not given. But there will be records, isn't it? We will look at it. But from even 10 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, there is no justification to use for them. Okay, and let me give the reason behind it so that we understand. Engineers work across borders a lot, and they realize that different countries have different color codes. You go there, that blue line, you go there, that thing blue is neutral, you go there, that thing is. And it was causing problems. I'll give you an example that happened in Germany. So, if one of your drains, Mr. Putin, you know him? Yes. It is his story. So, credit to him. He supervised a sub-science installation in Germany and used a new color code. Months later, a fault developed. So, the German people called an electrician to come and have a look at it. The first thing he saw was, why are they black here than two? Or the two? So, move for a new installation. And we have started enforcing this since 2013. It is not today. It is not last year. It is not last 2 years. So, if you don't give somebody in time, if the person goes to court, it will not fly. It will not even fly. Because we have, unless the person has any evidence to prove that the building was built in 2011. The building was built in 2011 and connection was not given. But there will be records, isn't it? We will look at it. But from even 10 years, 6 years, 5 years, 4 years, there is no justification to use for them. Okay, and let me give the reason behind it so that we understand. engineers work across borders a lot, and they realize that different countries have different color codes. You go here, they are blue, you go here, that same blue is neutral, you go here, that same is. And it was causing problems. I'll give you an example that happened in Germany. So, if one of your trainers, Mr. Putin, you know him? Yes. It is his story, so credit to him. He supervised a self-science installation in Germany and used a new color code. Months later, a fault developed, so the German people called an electrician to come and have a look at it. The first thing they saw was, why are they black here than two? Or the two. So, to society. Some of you don't respect yourselves. Excuse me. Yes. So, I don't say respect. You feel that in society you are down. You look down upon yourselves. But I tell you, when a medical doctor makes a mistake, one person dies. When an engineer or technician makes a mistake, several people die. Why do you look down on yourself? You should work with pride as professionals and do the work as professionals. Understand the work, and not even a lawyer can challenge you, because in law, that is his area. But when it comes to electricity, he should not be able to challenge you, and you should be able to explain yourself to him, to the lawyer. You tell him that, listen, I will not use the red cable. You have bought it, where you place it. I can't use it. Because you too, there are certain conditions where you don't receive bill, you won't mind. I think that when it comes to that area, it will make you follow everything. But you, technician, put here, and that is why you don't respect. In your mind, you look down on yourself. Oh, what you have here, yes, once he has bought it. But you, go there, go to their area, in their jurisdiction, they will not let you. So when you begin to compromise on your skills, and sometimes you do that because you don't even understand the faults. So let me explain. Especially those of you like using that fake wireless, that two-wave wireless that they import from our big sister across the borders. 15 amp. The moment you use a 15 amp fuse for a 1.5 cable, you want to burn the house. Because the current that will melt the 1.5 will not break the fuse. About 10 amps can melt 1.5. And you have put 15 amps there. So 10 amp will just comfortably flow to the 15 amp fuse. Meanwhile, the cable is melting and the fuse is dead because it is not up to 15 for it to melt. So that is why when the place catches fire and there is somebody in the house, won't that person die? That is why I use the term metal. Because at a simple suit in 2016 or 2017, I was there. The police barracks, old Nkuma building, light went off, and they called the CWP, who worked with the district assembly. He came and checked, but he did not talk about those reports. He did not talk about those cells. So because of that, and the law, if they didn't mention it, you cannot enforce it. So we could not stop the reputation. We could not stop the sale. So right now there's a new law which have been enforced, which we have started on this organization. It's called the Electrical Wire Cables and Electrical Wire Accessories Regulation 2023. It's just last year that it was passed. LI 2478. This now bans the importation of substandard materials. It bans even the storage of substandard materials. It bans the selling of substandard materials. So right now, Energy Commission can stop the importation. And even if you find way to bring it, we can come to your shop at Opera and seize those items. Either you destroy it or you re-export to other countries. So that is how the laws work. We do one step. When we find out that there's a loophole, we do a lot. We take the step to do another step. That is why we give all these feedbacks to get in. When we have reached as a commission, it's not just Energy Commission. It is all of us. The contributions we people make. A lot of you have my contact. You call me, you WhatsApp me. You understand? And I must acknowledge it. It is not just Energy Commission. All of you have made input. Basic testing. Then we know this thing. If you do like this, am I a brain? We'll look at it. We'll ask you are suffering. Let us do it like this. So that is how we have. And we have enjoyed your support. And that is why this is an opportunity for me to acknowledge it. So thank you very much. So let me continue. The other one has to do with no RCD. RCD has been in Ghana for a very long time. But when the packs started coming into the practice, they didn't want it because RCD is a device that will expose your shoulder back. If your work is bad, small time training. So you know what some of you are doing? You will install it and bypass it inside. So if you are a lazy inspector, you can't look at it, so on their wall. When you open it, you realize that there is no cable connection inside. Now, when you do that, you are being wicked to, and even, let me add the other one, you want to be a mental application. Because if there is a child who's a nail in the socket without an RCD, the child will die. It was in your enclave that a father and a son died. You people heard of that story. So your enclave, isn't it? Welcome to what? 2025. If there was an RCD, it is possible for that man and his son to die. But it was not installed. You see? And so some of these things, these are the reasons why sometimes I say that we are the cause of some things. And sometimes you may ignorantly cause somebody and the person is crying within. The person has not guessed you.
So it's a contractor from ECG. They asked me to run an anagram table for them. Now when I give it, brown, gray, black, and blue. So I use my blue as my inside.
Brown, black, gray. So say it first.
It's brown, black,
gray, and
blue.
Yes.
Then when they get to there was home.
You will connect the black to the neutral.
Yes.
So yesterday our attention was drawn in that to it. So it's something that we are affected. What it means is that if you go to one socket, the one on the line 2, there will be 415 between line and neutral because they will have connected another phase line to this thing. So that has been taken place. It most especially happens with the underground cables. That has been taken. So
and the same
ECG.
We have been made to understand that our system is general. If you are doing internal connection and you refuse to set the circuit protector to the lighting, you are not supposed to be connected. And there are so many people I've seen myself. There was no ethic in the lighting. They have been connected. What are we doing in that too?
So you agree with me that the connection of the light, the CPC to lighting is part of new standards. So as of now, if you go to if you see some lamp holders, there's no time for CPC. You get me? So we are still in that transition That is why there's the law that has been passed, the electrical wiring cables and accessories. Let me use this opportunity to talk about it. So we realize that the LI200 really talks about don't use material that have not been approved by GSM. But it did not talk about don't import. It did not talk about don't sell. So because of that, when the law, if they didn't mention it, you cannot enforce it. So we could not stop the importation. We could not stop the sale. So right now there's a new law which have been enforced, which we have started the sensitization. It's called the Electrical Wiring Cables and Electrical Wiring Accessories Regulation 2023. It's just last year that it was passed. LI 2478. This now bans the importation of substandard materials. It bans even the storage of substandard materials. It bans the selling of substandard materials. So right now, Energy Commission stop the importation. And even if you find way to bring it, you can come to your shop at Opera and seize those items. Either
whether it's solar or genset. If other sources becomes available, like very common, to add it so that you can just choose. Then we have nature of supply parameters. Normally this is provided from the distributors, whether ECD or level. What's the nominal voltage? 220 out to 240 or whatever the value is you provide. But the output, what's the nominal frequency? 50 or 60 Hz. There will be time for questions. So if you have any question, please jot it down so that when it's time for questioning, you can raise your hand and then ask that question so that you don't forget. We have the prospective fault current and then the external fault impedance. All these things is provided by the distributor. So if you know it, you can provide it. Then we have the supply protective device, which I'm told you normally call it cutout. So what type? Is it a main switch? Is it an RCD or a circuit breaker or switch fuse? Select the appropriate one. There's a number, an identifier on that device, which is called IEC or the BSEN number. So you provide that number here. What's the current rating? You provide that one too as well. So when you are done with this, you get to save and continue. And then it brings you to this page. Particulars of installation. If you recall, most of these things you're already used to them already. Means of entry. Is it the CWP, are you the one providing the entry? Or it is ECD or network providing the entry? So if it is ECD or network, you select the distributor's facility. If you are the one providing, you select installation and electric. Provided with the maximum demand, which is optional. Then we come to details of the earthing electrode installation. The earthing electrode, what type is it? You select the appropriate type. Where is it? The earth rod, where is it buried? The location. You provide that one. Then you do your earth electrode resistance. And you provide the value here. When you are done, you click on save and continue. And it brings you to the third component. On the third component is main protective conductors. The earthing conductor, what's the material? Is it copper, galvanized, or stainless steel? You select the appropriate one. What's the size of the earthing conductor? And then you do your continuity. If it is continuous, you check this box. The expected speed license has expired, or he has been suspended or banned. So you need to get back to the inspector and tell the inspector that he sees your license is invalid. If it is only expiration, if the license has just expired, one thing, you can renew your license on the app when it becomes fully functional. Mr. Aldo talked about it. So you just log into the account and renew your license, then you can proceed. On your basic test level, on your form B, we have a schedule of inspections. You know, you yourself have to do your own test, your own inspections before the inspector comes. So there are various checks that you can follow and do them. So you provide them here, and then you can select the ones that you follow to do your installation. When you are done, you click on Save and Continue, and then you are brought to this page. On this last page, we show you everything that you've done. The Form B details that you've filled, the Form A details that you filled. Then you can go through, if you've made any mistake, you can also make corrections by clicking on the Edit button at the top. When you are done, here is where you pay your installation fee. The 5 cedis installation fee. So you select the network and then the number that you are going to use to make the payment. Let me see, let me make one thing clear. Energy Commission will never call you and tell you that you are doing installation and you've not made your payment. So send that money to this number. We will never do that. We will also not call you to tell you, give us your PIN number so that we can deduct the money from your account. Under those circumstances, will Energy Commission call you in anything regarding payment? So, if it is installation payment, you yourself will do the initialization. You know that you selected MTN. You know that you provided a number for the money to be deducted. So when you click on pay or submit, you have the pop-up on your phone. Asking you to put in your PIN number. You see how much is being deducted, which is the 5 cents. If you are looking for a name, you will see Energy Commission on the pop-up. The name you will see is Ghana.gov. Ghana.gov is the only government-approved institution to accept online transactions on behalf of any government institution. So when you are paying for passport, check this box. If not, we leave it unchecked. Then we have main protective body conductors. We have the material, copper, galvanized, or stainless. We provide the size of the conductor and then check its continuity. Then we have protective and potential body. This is mainly on some commercial and industrial facilities. So in some places you have a gas pipe. Maybe there's a pipe that gas is flowing through and then you provided an earthing to that, or it is water. So whichever one that is available that you provided an earthing to, you select the appropriate one. It is optional as well. So when you are done, click on Save and Continue, and then it brings you to switch gears. Popularly known as income. So the income, what type? You have main switch, circuit breaker, RCD, and the rest. So you select the appropriate one. Where is it located? That's the location, the IC number of poles. If it's RCD, how many poles? If it's circuit breaker, how many poles? You select the appropriate one. You provide it with the current rating. Then the fuse or device rating. Then we have the voltage rating. So if it is an RCD, you have an extra column. If it's an RCD, you provide the type of RCD it is. Then the residual current of the RCD, then the rated time delay, and then the measured operating time. But if it is any other income, you don't provide those extra details. The things related to RCD is only when it is RCD. When you are done, let's say you continue, and then you come to the last stage. So on the last stage is where you provide us which inspector will come and do the inspection for you. So at the beginning I said, nothing has changed except how you provide the data. So how you contact your inspector hasn't changed. So after you've spoken to the inspector has agreed that you come and do the inspection for you. You take their PIN number and then you put in the PIN number here. If the PIN number is valid, you see the inspector's name displayed down here. If the PIN is invalid, it will be that we type the wrong PIN number or the inspector's PIN license has expired.